What's up, guys, and welcome to the Underdog Talk Bodybuilding Edition. I'm Jay Barnes, and we have with us an absolute beast. Phil, how's it going today?
Pretty good. How about you, man?
Not too bad, brother. Just got off work and just ready for the weekend, man.
And for more work, right?
Ready for more work, brother. So let's go ahead and jump into it. What initially drew you to the sport of powerlifting, not bodybuilding, and how did you get started?
So during high school, I did like some sports, football. I did some track. But growing up, I was always like competitive, like just in sports in general. And then after high school, I wasn't planning on going to college or anything, and I was like, "What am I gonna do?" So I was like, I'll do some lifting here. I did it a little bit in high school, just lifting, and we had like a weight training class. And actually, at the time, I didn't even think about powerlifting. I didn't even know what it was. I just was like, I kind of want to get big because I was like small. So I was like 150 pounds graduating high school in 2013. So after that, I was like, went to like a commercial gym and knew some people. And then I got linked up with like an old football coach that knew a powerlifting coach. And we linked up and started working on it in a garage. And then I was like, yeah, I'll start doing this because it's like competitive and it's just myself. Like I didn't have to worry about like a team or anything like that. So that was like my biggest thing too, because I hated like losing. And so like this is like it's all on me. It's not like, no team or anything.
Yeah, so I did a little powerlifting in high school, and I loved it, man. Like just like you said, like it's just you and the weights, and you're competing against yourself, and just that next PR, bro.
Yeah,
it was a different feeling,
yeah,
especially
like,
when you're in high school.
Yeah, I actually competed in. I did like one competition in high school. I didn't even know what I was doing, but like I said, I was just lifting in the weight training class and I just got signed up for this powerlifting meet, and it was fun. And that's kind of like how I got into like with the powerlifting coach after high school.
And so you were hooked after that, huh?
Yeah.
You got the bug. So could you share some of your most memorable moments or achievements in your powerlifting career so far?
I guess just like I don't really like I've had some all-time world records, pretty cool, but they're just numbers that people don't really even care about on the outside of the world. But I guess those, but really just coming from like where I started and then like where I am now, I never thought I'd even be lifting the numbers that I'm lifting. I didn't even think they were possible, but like it just started with like a goal of like squatting 600 or benching 3 plates, and now it's like squatting 1,000, and then I'm like, how much more can I do? So I think just like where like you can start from like nothing and kind of like ground zero, and if you push yourself, that you can become like anything you want, really.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I just think like just not knowing how far I could go with it, or didn't think like my body could even do the things it can do, and then like now I'm achieving it.
Yeah, and you said that your starting weight back in high school was 150, right?
Yeah.
So what are you at right now?
So I'm like 275.
Dang, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I was 242 for a very long time. I think I competed there for like 5 years or so. And I always floated between like 250, 255. And then I was just like, I hate cutting. So I was like, I'll just be a light 275. And then my first meet I was like 259 at 275. And then I did a meet like 4 weeks later, and I was 258. So after that, I took an off season, which I'm in now, and I like just got to 275, and I don't even know how. Like I'm eating less food, and I guess maybe just not working out as I'm not saying hard because I still work out pretty hard, but yeah, you take a little rest and it helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy like how much size you can just put on. I'm getting ready for a bodybuilding show, and I'm telling you, my coach started me losing weight first, And
Yeah.
I hate cutting, just like you said, bro. It's the most miserable thing. In November. I was coaching myself, and I was 255, and now I'm 219 this morning. And I was just
Dang.
like, oh man, it's miserable.
That's crazy.
Just starving
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, yeah, I hate it. And I don't even like force feeding. I don't like really even eating that much. So for me, it's kind of easy, but I know like missing meals is like terrible. So it's like a struggle just to even get food in.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
right now I'm at like pretty low food, probably like 3,500 calories, which
That's
I mean,
low for
I know
you.
you're cutting, so that's a lot, but
I'm
for
like, man,
me,
that sounds like a lot of food. I'm jealous.
yeah, for me, usually I'm like 7,000 during a meat prep.
Yeah. And so I was peeking through your page. Your girlfriend, wife, she competes, right? She's a competitive.
Yeah, she does bodybuilding.
Yeah. So how is
Yeah.
that between the two of you?
It's pretty good. I mean, like I used to eat a ton of crap food, and like ever since me and her have been together, like watching her go through preps and just like I try to change my food to like just using a prep, so it's kind of hard for me to like eat bad food in front of her because I just felt like it's kind of crappy.
Yeah.
So I would almost go on the same diet as her, and like more like chicken and rice and stuff like that, a little bit cleaner. And then my performance in the gym kind of like went a lot better. Like my body felt better, my recovery was a lot better. Um, so I just kind of stuck with it, and then now it's we have like a couple of like cheat meals here and there, but I stay on like a pretty clean diet just from being around her, so it's kind of helped.
Right. So I'm actually going to jump down. I had a question for you that I was going to ask about nutrition, because for powerlifting, is there like a specific diet regimen that you have to follow to go through a powerlifting competition?
I mean, not really. They don't have like anything specifically. I think there should be. I mean, I think following like a bodybuilding diet, like a cleaner diet, is actually more beneficial health wise. Like everything that you want for bodybuilding, like gut health and just the nutrients, is going to help you in powerlifting just as much, if not more.
Right.
Just because you're putting your body through like that stress, like you don't need any more like stress on eating shitty food.
Right. And do
You
you
know what I
find it to
mean?
be
Just
more beneficial to stay in shape for powerlifting? Because if you look at somebody like Eddie Hall, that he may be strong, but he's not really an in shape kind of guy.
yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like I stay pretty lean. Definitely not a bodybuilding lean category, but
Right.
for powerlifting. But I think my shape, like staying in shape, has helped me like stay very strong during my off season as well, because I don't have like that up and down in food and like um, in strength. So like I always get stronger in the off season, and I get even stronger in meet preps. So, and I think that's just because I'm in shape all year round. Like
Right.
most people are like say 250 starting a meet prep, and they're trying to be 275, and they'll force feed all the way up to 275, and they don't stay like that all year round. Like my body weight doesn't change very much. Like I mean, I stay within like 5 to 10 pounds all year round, even like in meet preps.
Yeah.
So I think
Sounds
it's
like a pretty
definitely
healthy way to do it.
more beneficial. Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about like I don't like cutting, so I don't want to cut at all. I will, I'm not like big on the dots either, so I don't need to
Right.
cut 20 pounds and then try to gain it back in 24 hours.
Yeah, 100%.
There's like
Because
less, everybody talks about longevity, and but they'll still cut 20, 30 pounds and think it's healthy, which it's not.
yeah, it's
And
not at
then
all.
it's just like you're risking more injuries doing it that way. And I don't know. I just, I live for fun. No one pays me. So
Yeah. So, how do you prepare yourself mentally and physically before you do a competition?
mm. Everything like mentally wise, I think everything in your life has to be pretty like, you just have to take out all stressors. And for me, like having family on board and like obviously the support from them doing like these meets constantly, just having that checked off, it helps a ton. because you have all these other stressors in life, and then you're trying to meet prep and get into like if you say like say you're always in an argument with somebody in your family or your girlfriend or whatever significant other, and you're trying to go to the gym and lift, and it's like you can't get your mind right for that, and you think like, oh, I'm mad, so I'm going to go lift heavy weight. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like it may work for some people, but most of the time it's not going to work, and you're just going to like blow your load pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
I just, I always like try to get that always squared away first. And then physically, no nagging pains, no injuries. And just, I have PT, I do like a lot of PT and massage therapy as well. So as long as like I feel okay and feel good, like I said, pretty much like throughout the year, I'm lifting heavy, like on a weekly basis. So as long as my like body feels good, I know it's going to be a good prep.
Yeah, man. That's the way to do
And
it.
I listen to it pretty well. Like if stuff's like not feeling good, like I'll back off. Like I don't need to push for a percentage number. Like I do my own training and coaching. So like I'd walk into the gym and however I feel that day, because like your amount of sleep and whatever your hydration and all that, I walk in and I'm like, yeah, I feel okay. Like we'll push it today. And if as long as the warm ups are going good, then like I know I'm okay to like go heavier or, base it off of that.
You're kind of selling me on the powerlifting aspect of things. I think I kind of picked the wrong sport.
I say the same thing. I'm like, I got good at a sport that doesn't pay money and that nobody really knows about.
Yeah, 100%.
I enjoy it, so I can't like complain.
Hey, that's
I
right,
wouldn't
man.
change it. I wouldn't change it for anything, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to do what you love, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to do something that's like boring, that I think is boring, even though I'm good at it and it may like pay the bills, but
Oh, yeah.
like nobody wants. It's just like having a job that you don't like.
Right. Do you have a full-time job also?
Yeah, I'm a 911 dispatcher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's got to be able to help a little bit with your schedule.
Yeah, it is nice because it's not manual labor or anything like that. The only crappy part is I work overnight, so I work 5:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. So that can be a little
for sure.
But you get used to it.
Yeah, that graveyard shift, brother.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you face as a power lifter, and how did you overcome them?
I guess my biggest one is when I tore my pec. It was kind of like I was at my like strongest point because I was like 2 weeks out from a meet, and I tore it, and I was like, man, this is hard because you're at your peak strength and everybody's watching, and then now you can't do it, and then you're like, can I come back from it? And you talk to doctors, like my doctors are always like, you're not going to be able to do what you were doing. And like hearing that from a professional, you kind of get that in your head, but playing it smart and just being able to like be a positive like mindset, and again having that support and positive people around you made me come back 10 times stronger. I mean, I'm back to benching more than what I did before I tore it. So I'd say that was probably the hardest one. There was those days where I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I know I can come back from it. And then like, but in the back of my head, I was like, shit, like hopefully I can, because I'm telling people I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of my biggest fears, is to tear like a pec off the bone or something like that. I see the videos, the horror videos, and oh man.
Yeah. Like I actually fully tore my pec. I had to get surgery and it reattached. Nowadays, people say they tear their pec and they're benching like they're 90% like 2 weeks later, and I'm like, you didn't tear your pec.
Yeah. That's not a tool pec, mate. This is a tool pec.
Yeah. And my shit was black and blue and purple. So.
Oh man. Oh,
yeah.
It's like a huge fear of mine. It's like getting surprised by like a black widow or something like that, and you're just, oh man.
It's crazy because like I've had training days where like I've come in and my pecs just like been sore. Like I was like, man, I shouldn't push it because I feel like if I do, they're gonna just go.
Yeah.
And this training, it was like my best. I felt the best, my strongest, like the best. I did it on 500 for a double. And I did the first one like easy, And I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, this is going. And as soon as I went for my second one, it popped. And
Oh,
it was just
no.
a numb feeling. It's like you hit your funny bone, like that
Yeah.
shock. And I was like, it was. And now thinking about it, I'm like, well, if that can just go at any time, like squatting, I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, dude. And have you seen the videos of the people whose kneecaps like cave in?
Oh, yeah. Not a
Oh,
fan.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horror right there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So,
Like watching those videos, I'm like, I can't, because sometimes it like brings back memories.
yeah, dude, it's like trauma, dude.
Yeah. And that's how my spotter is. Like, I tried to send him the picture or the video of Thor tearing his pec because you could hear it in the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, listen to this. And he's like, no, like I listened to yours. I don't need to listen to another one.
And it sounds like a bone's cracking.
Yeah. It's like you broke a stick, like just cracked
Oh,
it.
man.
Yeah.
So, how do you balance your life, like in your training schedule? How do you go about, strategically planning your day?
So it doesn't really move much. So I know like every day I work out around 2 p.m. So whether I work or I don't work, it's always the same. I like to keep it like very consistent. Pretty much same thing with my food. Like it's very consistent. I don't change it very much. And then like the sleep issue is the only thing on my days that I work. So like I sleep till I get off 5:30, get home around 6:30, and then I sleep until like 11. And I just make sure I get enough water and my nutrient and like food and carbs in before my trainings.
Okay.
So, and I don't do any training on the weekends usually.
Hey, I like that. I don't either. Keep my weekends free.
Yeah, just because I do like I try to get more like family time in because obviously I was working on, I do like 2 on 2 off. So like during the week I have days off,
Oh,
and
nice.
obviously most people don't. So
Yeah.
like the weekends I try to keep for like just family and just taking a break from lifting weights and even thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have that little decompression.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. I think some people just think it, and most people are trainers too, so it kind of like is constantly in their life. So
Yeah.
I don't do like any coaching or anything. I just want to separate it.
Yeah, I feel that. I just started training a 64-year-old for a powerlifting meet. He's
Oh
trying
yeah.
to he's trying to do a powerlifting meet in July. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I met with
See,
him
that's like
yesterday.
that's great. Like people just at any age can do it,
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
good. Like it's good for them, especially at that age too.
Yeah, stay moving and keep your strength up, And I was like, man, you're motivating. Like, you make me on my days where I feel like I don't feel like doing anything, man. And you're over here pushing for a powerlifting meet.
Right, it's crazy,
Yeah.
and you see those videos of the 80-year-olds pulling like 405 and stuff, and you're like, I want to do that.
Yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah.
So we got to the balance of your life. Are there any specific training techniques or strategies that you've been that have been particularly effective for you in your career?
Yes, I used to do a lot of like when I had a coach, I did a lot more reps and
Okay.
like top sets. Like it was just for me, it felt like I was doing too much heavy work and burning out very fast. So like you do like 80% of my max now, it's like around 800. So doing that for like a back off is not fun.
Right.
And like multiple reps and sets. And then at that point, like you're risking the injury part, and I don't need to do that. So for me, I do one top set now. Like so just say squat. I do one top set, and then I usually do it's like a conjugate kind of style. I don't follow it 100%, maybe like 50%. But my days are max effort or dynamic effort. And then I kind of follow it to the max effort part. I don't like to go like max constantly. So I do one top set and then accessories. A lot of I do a lot of bodybuilding in my training. So a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
And like the volume part of it.
And you find that to help you with your strength?
Yeah, I think it helps a lot now because I don't have to like build a crazy base like squatting constantly. Like when you're like newer to like lifting, like squatting a lot, getting the technique down is very important. But I think if you're like at a certain level, lifting heavy weights for sets and reps fatigued isn't smart.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's
I mean, it may work for some people, but I feel like it was just killing me.
yeah.
Like those were my days where I didn't feel motivated to come to the gym.
Oh
Like
man.
this isn't my program today. I got to do like 700 for sets of 5 or 8, and I'm like, no,
Bro,
it's not happening.
that's gotta be rough, dude. That sounds
Yeah.
like a terrible training day.
Yeah. I was like, I'll do that on a leg press, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not as taxing on your back and on your body. So
Yeah. So we talked about the role in nutrition that it plays in your performance. So are there any or can you share any advice or tips for anybody that's looking to get into powerlifting like you did?
yeah, I would say like maybe start with a coach for technique and stuff, but I feel it's hard for me to say that just because like now I've excelled a lot by myself. But I also say like training, if you don't get a coach, train with people. Like get a group of people that will definitely be honest with you, just for your technique and stuff like that. And also wanted to tell you like push and not push. But I listen to your body mostly. Like people, they get a program sent to them and they're like excited about it and they think they have to hit those numbers,
Mm-hmm.
or their coach can be like mad at them or like drop them or something. But like your body's your body, you're like that's perfect like on paper. Like everything is perfect on paper for you to do that, and life's not like that.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
honestly, it's just like listen to your body, enjoy it, like switch things up, have fun with it, and just try to like lift with people as well. Like don't be unsociable and you know just have fun with it.
So, do you have like a big community of when you see a power lifter, kind of like bodybuilders do? If people are into bodybuilding, they're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And then all of a sudden you bring it up, and then you become like real good friends. Is it the same way in powerlifting?
Yeah, I mean most of the people are pretty nice and like I mean I don't know if I'm really well known like most powerlifters, but you know, I always try to like talk to people, and if people come up to me and like talk to me and ask me questions, like I always talk to them, and even if I see them in the gym the next time, like I didn't forget them. Like I always say hi, like how are you, and I always ask them how like training is and stuff like that, because maybe that person they look up to me and they say hi and they forget or they think I forget about them, but like I don't want people to like think that. So I always like every person I meet, I always try to keep talking to them. Always give them advice if they need it or if they even ask. Like I don't just go out of my way to give people advice. I know that's annoying, but I I definitely try to like everybody thinks I'm like really mean, and because I'm like quiet, so they like think if I don't talk to them like right away, or they always think I lift heavy too. So everybody's like that guy's mean.
Yeah.
Until they talk to me, and then I'm
Right.
like talk to them all the time. So like we're best friends. So
So, is there anything that you could let's try to word this? Is there something that you would tell somebody that you wish you knew before getting started?
um let's see. Yeah, I guess be more open-minded to like different training variations. Um and kind of like the part of just like enjoying it more.
Right.
Like try not to get to the end goal too fast. Um People set goals like super high and they don't achieve them the next meet, they like get kind of bummed about it, and then they don't like want to keep doing it. So I think smaller goals is always the way to go, even in training, and just like enjoying training because it is repetitive, as you know. Like you do the same exercise most of the time, like every week for months on,
Yeah.
and it's like I got to do this again for another 15 reps, and changing it up, adding bands, adding chains, just and then just having the group of people too helps. Like it's like every day at 2, I'm going to see my friends who I lift with. So we just like, we bullshit and lift weights. and it's fun. So,
Yeah,
but
that's the life right there, man.
yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It's what I would do. I would do this no matter what. Social media. I mean, a lot of people do stuff for social media nowadays, and I could care less. If phone's disconnected today, I would be to the gym tomorrow at 2 p.m.
You're living your life.
Yeah, yeah. So I've always been like competitive. I always wanted to like push myself, and I felt this was like the only way I could do it smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of reckless sometimes.
Yeah, I feel that. So, is there a prime age to get into powerlifting? Like, what age do you think would be like the best age group to start?
I think at any age that you have the time to put forth the effort of like trying, because it takes so much time to like become very good at something, like technique wise, and then like for me, I'll say like if I start something and I want to become the best, like it's my focus. So as long as you can do that in your life, and that can be like the number one focus, then that's the age to do it.
Okay, awesome.
If you want to be like I said, for me, I want to be the best at something, so it's going to be my number one focus. But I mean, if you're just there to like lift weight, be healthy, and enjoy your like maybe that's your 2 hours of your time, then at any age really, I don't think there's really like a prime time. I mean, obviously like biology and science and all that stuff, I'm sure there is, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
whenever you can enjoy it.
all right. So the floor is yours. I'm going to give it up to you right now. And is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anything that you want to plug? Any codes that anybody can use for your sponsors or anything like that? The floor is yours.
I want to say thank you to like my family and my girlfriend, just the support they give me and lifting stupid weights and doing stupid things. And then I want to thank my training crew, just putting up with me. They go fly to meets that I'm doing, and they tell me when stuff's not looking good or I should back off. So that support there, I can't thank them enough for that. And then Bob and Sheila at Exile, they've put a crazy gym together, not just for me, but for powerlifters in general. So I thank them for the best training facility we can get. My PT Jordan has kept my pec together and the rest of my body. So, and then sponsors Iron Rebel, and I think that's all I got. And Exile Performance Nutrition. So
do you have any codes that you want to plug in?
Yeah, my codes for Exile Performance Nutrition and Iron Rebel are filthy. So it's my name, PHILTHY. And then Amino Asylum, I have a code for that. It's filthy20.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we appreciate having you on, brother. And you and we can talk a little bit more when we end this thing. And
yeah, for sure. I appreciate you having me on here. I enjoy it. I mean, I don't get out and talk much to a lot of people, but I always enjoy like coming on podcasts and at least giving my like just background and training and some methods that I've done and tried, because a lot of people do ask like what I do for training, so I try to give them some insight.
Hey, man. Well, we enjoy it. We love doing this, and we love having people like you, like yourself, on and picking your brain a little bit.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys know what to do. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, Bodybuilding Underdog, out.